Before the vice presidential debate, Trump posted, "I will be doing a personal play-by-play of the debate tomorrow between the brilliant J.D. Vance and the highly inarticulate Tampon Tim Walz." What are you, a 14-year-old girl in an 80s sitcom? No one could be this comically mean but Trump. I don't have to tell you that this insult is based off a mostly inaccurate story. Hi, I'm Jacob. Welcome to Late News Last Night. I know it's like way too late already, but I'm going to cover the vice presidential debate anyway because plans fell through for this week's segment. Let's see how this thing started.
The primary role of the moderators is to facilitate the debate between the candidates, enforce the rules, and provide the candidates with the opportunity to fact-check claims made by each other.
Fact-checking will happen at the same time online, as opposed to the moderators correcting false statements during the debate itself.
Yeah, and I'm not about to eat this delicious cookie dipped in Nutella.
Just to clarify for our viewers, Springfield, Ohio does have a large number of Haitian migrants who have legal status, temporary protected status.
Well, Margaret, but
thank you, Senator. We have so much to get to.
Margaret, I think it's important because
we're going to turn out of the economy. Thank you,
Margaret. The rules were that you guys weren't going to fact check, and since you're fact checking me, I think it's important to say what's actually going on.
Oh, that's so good. Then Tim Walz got spiritual.
And you start to adhere to what we know, American principles. I don't talk about my faith a lot.
Yes, I don't talk much about my faith, but I go to worship Satan every Monday. Hail Satan! Nobody use that clip out of context. Now, I was initially going to do one about Islam, but I don't know, the state of the world right now and my national origin, it just didn't feel right. Next, J.D. Vance tried to explain how you can order legal immigration status faster than Taco Bell.
So there's an application called the CBP One app where you can go on as an illegal migrant, apply for asylum or apply for parole, and be granted legal status. That is not a person coming in, applying for a green card and waiting for 10 years. That is the facilitation of illegal immigration, Margaret, by our own leadership.
Thank you, Senator, for describing the legal process. We have so much to get to, Senator.
Those laws have been on the books since 1990.
Thank you, gentlemen.
The CBP One app has not been on the books since 1990. It's something that Kamala Harris created, Margaret.
Gentlemen, the audience can't hear you because your mics are cut.
Damn, they gave him the therapist treatment. I'm sorry, we've run out of time for today. And I'm all like, wait, I haven't told you about my 8th high school bully yet. In part 2, Tim Walz said something really crazy.
Yeah, I sat in that office with those Sandy Hook parents. I've become friends with school shooters.
Yes, I am great friends with school shooters, and by choice, and I love my family, and please don't hurt them, please. J.D. Vance discovered the real issue behind school shootings.
We have way higher rates of depression, way higher rates of anxiety. We unfortunately have a mental health crisis in this country that I really do think that we need to get to the root causes of.
Yeah, the root cause is mental health problems, like bipolar disorder.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
Several months later.
Let's make Donald Trump the next president of the United States. I officially accept your nomination to be vice president of the United States of America.
And hallucinations.
We've heard reports from a number of constituents on the ground that they have had pets abducted.
Then the conversation went to housing.
That we've got a lot of folks that see housing as another commodity. My mom still lives in the house where I was. And when I think of a house, I'm thinking of Christmas services after midnight mass where you go with your family.
I'm thinking of late night Smash Fest. I'm talking about the video game. Anytime someone asks if I want to smash, I'll bring over my Switch controller. Oh my God, I'm such a nerd.
We don't want to blame immigrants for higher housing prices, but we do want to blame Kamala Harris for letting in millions of illegal aliens into this country, which does drive up costs, Tim.
My guy, most immigrants can't afford that good housing, and they certainly aren't driving up the prices because they'll live 6 to a room or one giant multi-generational family in one house. He continued with the suggestion for how to solve the problem.
If you lower energy prices, as Donald Trump says, drill baby drill, one of the biggest drivers of housing costs is
so that you can live in your car because that's the only house Gen Z will be able to afford to live in. Let's see what nonsense JD had to say next.
But we increasingly have a federal administration that makes it harder to develop our resources, makes it harder to build things, and wants to throw people in jail for not doing everything exactly as Kamala Harris says they have to do.
Why, Kamala? Why? I really did fall from a coconut tree.
Had it not been for the courage of John McCain to save that bill. Now, fast forward, what that means to you is you lose your pre-existing conditions. If you're sitting at home and you got asthma, too bad. If you're a woman, probably not.
If you're a single mom who just wants a moment of peace, too bad. If you're a 36-year-old construction worker with lymphoma, too bad. If you're a vice presidential candidate who has a running mate he desperately hates with a passion, too bad. Later in the debate, JD said this.
And, of course, Tim and I have been on the campaign trail a lot the past 7 or 8 weeks. And one of the biggest complaints I hear from young families is,
"You're scaring my child when you speak." Let's get to the part of the debate where they talk about misinformation.
There's no First Amendment right to misinformation. Kamala Harris wants to use the power of government and big tech to silence people from speaking their mind.
Yeah, the whole world should know that I f*** couches. This debate felt refreshingly normal because the candidates had a bunch of commonality, and I think this moment summed it up best.
Well, I've enjoyed tonight's debate, and I think there was a lot of commonality here, and I'm sympathetic to misspeaking on things, and I think I might have with the senator.
Me too, man.
There's one.
Oh, just get it over with and f*** already. Where's the yelling? Where's the talking over each other?
Wrong.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Wrong.
I'm speaking right now.
Loser.
I'm f***ing speaking right now, you just racist
Hey, don't call me that.
fucking
Wrong.
sucker ass face. Next, Tim Walz tried to Jedi mind trick us.
This is not a debate.
This is not a debate. You're just confused. JD Vance is the weird one, not me. I mean, if I said that I was friends with school shooters, I mean, that would be absolutely insane. But don't think about that. Think about how you're not even real. Then they got down to the real issue at hand.
That's what we're asking you, America. Will you stand up?
Get ready to stand up. Stand up, please. Stand up. Up, get up.
After the break, it was time for closing remarks.
Now, look, we all know who Donald Trump is. He's told us.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter.
Now it's time, as always, for the bleep moment of the debate.
Let's one another. Let's argue about and then let's come together afterward.
Well, that's all the time we have. Hope to see you next week for some more headlines. Like and subscribe.